So I'm not gonna lie, today has been a very, very productive day. I've actually already filmed right now, just a few minutes ago, the wheel spinning. But right after I was done with that, I took a picture for my craft room update thumbnail video. So that was one thing. Then I finished the outro and the thumbnail for the first episode of this Wrapping Up WUW2 little series. And then after I did the spinning wheel to see what group 2 is gonna be, I actually started on the editing Megan here. I'm gonna stop myself right there. Why don't I show you what group 2 is gonna be from the spinning wheel that I did, and then continue on with my little spiel. Because if I don't cut myself off, then I'll tell you what one of them is. So let me let you find out what they are, and then I'll come back to flapping my jaws. All right, I'm ready for group number 2. I went ahead and took the other 3 out, so we're down to 15 left. Let's see what number 1 is. Thank goodness, that falsa blanket wore me out. That'll be an easy one. Just need to take out a row on it and finish it up, so good deal. Okay, took it off the list. Next spin, number 2. No, that one's gonna take so long, but it'll be worth it. All right, that's number 2. Okay, and let's see what the third one is for this video, this group. Oh, thank goodness. Oh, that'll be so quick. That'll take like 10 minutes max. Perfect. All right, let's get started on group number 2. Brianna K blanket first because it's going to take the longest time too, so we might as well get that out of the way. And actually, look how far I've got. I believe when I showed you in the first episode where I was on all the whips, I was right. I think I was right here. I only had one of these little granny squares of the white done, so I've worked all the way up to here, all the way down so far, and now I'm back to the black. Needless to say, I have been on it, doggone it today. I don't know what my deal is. And with all the color changes on this one, I don't know really how I'm gonna record it because it's gonna take me a lot longer than the falsa blanket I did in the first episode, but I think I'm just gonna crochet it as I can and just give you check-ins maybe at each section. I don't know. So this is the first section, and then I'll be doing, I think it's 3 rows of black, and then I'll get into the next set of color changes coming up soon. And I keep calling it the Brianna K blanket. It has a name. The pattern name is the Gemstone Hues blanket, crochet blanket. So this is the first section. And actually this section is gonna look the exact same on the other end once I'm done with it. And similar, the colors are actually gonna be these colors. I don't know why, I'm just obsessed with this colorway lately. So once this is done, then there's, I think 3 waves of colors. So I'll do the brown, blue, and white, and of course with the black on the, as the main color of the whole blanket. But that's honestly pretty good progress. This with all the color changes, because I think I showed you when I was doing all of the whips, but like all of these floats, you crochet over them, but I mean, there's so many of them. Thankfully, there's not hardly any ends to weave in, so really, why am I complaining? I need to just hush and get after it. I cannot believe that most of my whips are literally blankets. What am I gonna do with all of these? And I'm not sure yet if I want to try to sell this one, probably, but man, it's gonna look gorgeous, and I'm gonna put so much work into it. We'll see. I know most of us have like thousands of blankets at our house that either we've made or bought, and it's like, do we really need another one? Honestly, the answer is probably yes. Hey, just checking in. It's the same day that I started the gemstone blanket, and I think earlier today I was at right here at the spot, and it's Saturday, so I've been doing other things here and there, so now I'm here, but I'm officially done with this first section. The next section I am not looking forward to at all, because what it is going to be is, so right after this row, the next row, it's going to be a granny square color change every single cluster. So it'll be, I think I'm gonna do brown, black, brown, black, brown, black for the entire row. Then the next row will be all brown, so that'll be good. But then the next one will be brown, white, and I'm just like, oh my God. The color changes are gonna be a nightmare. But I'm absolutely loving how this first section came out. Much better than I expected, so far well worth it. But yeah, it's finally, what time is it? 7:15, Saturday, February 8th. So before Sunday, before tomorrow, I'll see how much I can get done and check back in with you. Well, it is 10:30, but I got this section done. I mean, technically I'm on this last one to cover it up and finally make it, you know, like at a point or whatever right here. But I'm gonna be doing black for like the next 15 rows. So I just wanted to check in and say that the next section is officially done. So whenever I finish the 15, I think it was like 15 rows of black, get that going, and then start into the next wave section. I think it'll be, pretty sure it goes brown, white, brown, blue, brown, white, brown, something like that in the middle. And then once we get done with the middle, we'll be doing this and this again on the opposite side. So still quite a bit of work to go, but it is coming along and it's looking nice. I'm really, really happy with this color choice. Oops, it's been a few days, but I have made a lot of progress on this blanket. It's now Friday, February 14th, and on our way up to Oklahoma City, I got a lot more work done. So let me show you real quick where we're at. Officially over halfway done. All I gotta do now is basically repeat this whole section and it's done. This thing is coming out huge and actually working up a lot quicker than I thought it would. There's so many color changes, but they're being hid really, really nicely. Thankfully, I don't have to sew a bunch in, just on the actual ends themselves over here, and it's really not that many. It's gonna be so nice to just zone completely out and do like 15 more rows of black and not have to worry about anything. That's gonna be so nice. Since today is Friday, I honestly expect this to be done by maybe Sunday. That way I can finish sewing it in, block it. It's not gonna need a lot of blocking, but I do want to put some steam on it to kind of relax the acrylic, of course, just to make it a little bit softer and hang it up. But if you can believe it, I have a secret. I'm making another falsa blanket. And it's the same blanket pattern that I made in the first WUW2 episode, the blue, white, black, and gray one, but really loving the neutral, warm green tones in this one. And this panel, it's 3 panels, so this panel is done. Just need to sew in all of these ends. Ugh. And I actually already have the squares for the other 2 made. I just need to finish putting them together, so. Yep, I guess this is gonna be the 4th WUW for this video. We were gonna start with 3 because the other 2 that I have going on are gonna take like 15 minutes each. They're not gonna be hardly anything. So this was just one thing extra, even though I absolutely could have been working on something else in my WUW pile, WUW stash. I mean, what fun would that have been? Let's just add more to the chaos. All right, I'm gonna finish up or continue working on the gemstone blanket, and I'll fill you in on where we're at here in a little bit. Quick update, it's Sunday, and actually my first WUW episode is about to post here in about 30 minutes, but I just wanted to show you, I am almost done. I have 2 more rows of black before I go back into the final repeat, and the first WUW of this video will finally be done, and I am so ready for it. I don't know if I'll be getting it done today, but I really don't have any other plans at all other than some chores that I'm trying to avoid, so we'll see how far I can get on it before the end of the day so that I can start editing this video, get onto the other WUWs, and move right along to other projects. I don't know that I'm going to be doing the 3rd episode of this WUW roundup after this one. I think I want to start on a other little mini series I'm going to have for preparing for the holiday markets that I'm going to have, or that I do have this year. So I may take a break from some WUWs. I'm not sure yet what I want to do. I guess I could do both at the same time. But I definitely want to do something just a little bit different than working on blankets, because they just take up so much time. They come out gorgeous and wonderful and love them, but man, I just need a little break, you know, maybe make some loaf cats or something for a little bit. But anyway, that is where I'm at. And almost done finally. It's taken, was it taking like a week? A little over a week? That's not bad. A lot of work, but that's not bad. It is now 7:45 and I completed this section, and right now I'm on this final diamond section. I just started the row for the point, and so I'm going to finish that up and move on to the next WUW. It did create quite a few ends, so that's going to take a hot minute to take care of, but that's all right. So, all right, finish this up and I'll see you for the next WUW. Finally Friday. I have the 3 initial whips done right over here. I just need to block them. And then I am finishing up the 3rd panel for this 4th project. Unfortunately, I made the ridiculous decision to not sew in my ends as I go. So I will bring you along with me for all of that, block all these projects, and then the 2nd episode of Wrapping Up Whips will officially be done. So I can't remember if I mentioned it earlier in this video or the first episode, but the foldable collapsible blanket wrap just came in. So let's open this up and hopefully it works, and then I'll be able to show you all of the whips that I finished in this episode. wasn't too terribly hard to put together. I still have a few screws to put in it, and it does come with some rolling wheels, but I just kind of wanted to see what I'm working with, and at the moment I'm not too sure because I don't know if this is going to be high enough. Well, it's as tall as me, so yeah, it might be. Jumping the gun before I even have blankets on there. Okay, so it's taller than me, so that's a good start. Now let's get some of these blankets. Moment of truth. Oh, that's plenty of room. Look at that. I love it. Let me go get a few more of the other ones that I have real quick, see what it looks like, make sure it can hold it, and then I'll try to collapse it and see how small it actually folds down. All right, I'm gonna try to hang all the other ones on here. Let's see. Perfection! I am honestly pleasantly surprised with this. These blankets have to weigh like 20 pounds total, and it's holding up really nicely. It's not moving, it's not, I mean, that's pretty sturdy. Like I said, I'm 5'8", and it's about as tall as me, so that is absolutely perfect. Let's try to fold it up real quick and see how small it can actually go. Yeah, I'm not sure how small and how collapsible this is, but let's see. It can't be too much. Okay. Well, okay. So it goes pretty thin, it's just still really long, but I think I can make that work. Honestly, it's best case. And the fact that it can hold all of those blankets as is and then probably even hold a few more, I think this is gonna be a really good investment for markets and help to clear up some more of my table space. I was having such a problem finding places on my table for all of the plushies because some of the blankets were laid out, which I want them to be because I want to try to sell them, but it was just so hard to maneuver all of that. So this, I think, is gonna be a game changer. All right, let's get into the final whips and close out this episode. All right, well, I think it's time to end this video, and you saw a little sneak peek of what the blankets look like. But let's start with the first whip, this little pretty flower bookmark. I do really, really like it and plan on making a few more in different colors, but that's a project for a different day, but it did turn out really cute. This tutorial was just free on YouTube. I'll try to remember to link it down below. Then for this blanket, the mandala, the absolute square of a blanket, it is finally done. I do plan on still just donating it somewhere, but I'm gonna ask around because I know of a few people that will be having some babies soon, so maybe one of them will want it instead. Maybe they could use it for a rug or something. So that's the second whip. The third whip, that was a last minute entry. The second balsa blanket I've made in this series so far. I really love these colors. The earthy woodsy tone, come on now, makes me kind of want to go snuggle up in the mountains. Love, love, I think it'll be a good seller. And last but certainly not least, the showstopper of this episode, this gorgeous gemstone blanket. Look how pretty this turned out. And huge, this thing is massive. Honestly, I can't believe how quick this turned out, but thankfully since the stitches are just granny squares, I was really able to plow through it pretty quickly, other than this middle part. This middle part, let me show you the back. All of these floats and color changes was a pain to say the least, but look how nicely they're covered up. But yeah, I'm still not sure if I want to sell this or keep this. Got a little bit of time to make up my mind, but man, what a labor of love this was. And it's just gorgeous. It's perfect. Very, very happy with how all 4 of them turned out. Even though 2 of them I really didn't finish, but I mean, they've been sitting for months, so they needed to get done for sure. I still haven't completely knocked a container out, a storage container that had whips in it, but I think I've knocked out 2 of the little Joann reusable bags, so that's something. And now I have this nice blanket wrap for markets. That thing is gonna be too cool. And then when I'm maybe out of a blanket, at some point I could start hanging other plushies on there, figure out a way to hang plushies from it, along with my grid wall, and give me some more table space. I think it'll be a really good investment. I'm really excited to try it out. As always, I'm so thankful you stopped by and stayed till the very end. It means the absolute world to me. I hope you and yours have had a wonderful day, and I hope to catch you in the next one. I'll holler at y'all later. Bye.